Hello and welcome to Getter Farms. We're back with another episode of the Minnesota Millennial Farmer map by Mapper's Paradise, and we're getting ready to kick off our corn harvest. So if we take a quick look at the map, last time we wrapped up our soybean harvest, which is these three fields here, and now we've got these three fields over here for corn harvest. These two are pretty massive fields. If we look at the size here, field 2 is 71 acres, field 3 is 102 acres, and then we've got this little almost 22 acre field over here. And so we're going to need to use some course play to help us out with this harvest. And so we got to get everything switched over though before we can get started. And so after last episode, we brought all of our equipment back up here to the yard, and I think we dumped all our soybeans out into the bin. And so we have almost 7,000 bushels of soybeans in storage now, which is pretty cool. That's a lot of soybeans off of a couple of fields. And so now we're going to hit the corn. We're going to just wash these combines up real quick before we get things switched over. So with that, we got both of these combines and headers cleaned up here. We're going to drop these soybean headers or cutter headers, however you want to refer to them, off right here along the edge of this shed, because that's a good place to leave them, I think. So I'm going to put it right there. We do have to jump out and unhook the PTO. And then we're going to immediately just hook these corn headers right up to each of these combines so that we're ready to go. And I think that our goal today is actually going to be to dive into field 2 over there. I think that's field 2. Because it's a field we haven't harvested yet in this series. And so I'm super excited to get over there and give it a shot. The other goal is going to be to see if we can get course play 100% automated to do everything in that field. So I want both combines going, I want the grain cart automated, and I want the trucks automated. And the main reason for this is that it's going to take a few hours to harvest that field, and that's going to free us up to start working on a few other jobs around the farm as well. And hopefully next episode we'll have something new to show off and use in one of our other fields here for harvest. So we'll have to wait and see what I can cook up for that episode. But in order to pull that off, we need to get our combines over here in field 2 and get them working without requiring a lot of babysitting, so that we've got the capacity to go and work on some other things. And so we are going to give that a shot. Now, I believe this is the larger of the two combines. I've got two of these STS combines, and I got slightly different ones just to try both models out. Yep, so this is the 70 series. So we're going to take this one over to that field first and have it get started. And we might have to manually help course play out just a little bit to get the field opened, because the grain cart unloading feature doesn't work so well until there's somewhere for the grain cart to drive on the field. So that shouldn't be a big deal though. By the time we get both of these combines set up, we can set up our course for the semi-truck and hopefully get to a point where by the end of this episode we've completely automated this thing. So let's go ahead and get our corn header unfolded here. And I think what we're going to do is just clear out this end of the field to give us some room to maneuver as we create the courses and get everything started. I really love these combines. These are the STS series combines that Sid Modding put out. Sid does some amazing work, and so my standard reminder to people is, when you download these mods from the Mod Hub, definitely remember to go back in there and give it a 5-star rating if it's a mod that you're enjoying. It really helps the modders out. The more ratings they get, the more Giants promotes their mods and things like that. So, it takes just a second, and it's something that I'm guilty of. I don't always remember to go in there and rate a mod when I download it. And so I've been trying to be better about that. And since I really appreciate all the hard work the modders have been putting in to get these mods on the Mod Hub, definitely want to show my support. So we're going to turn this combine off for a second. We cleaned up a little bit of the headland here to give us some room to get started. And we're going to generate a course here for field 2. We need a headland. We're going to say 2 headland passes, which with 2 vehicles, that means a total of 4 swaths cut out. And a part of that is just because there's a bunch of curvy areas, so we want to give ourselves a lot of room to make sure we're not running into trees. I'm going to turn this headland overlap down a bit. I'm going to set my field center to lands so that we're going to cut through the field and be able to unload on the go more easily. And let's see here, I'm going to say multiple tools to 2. So let's see what kind of a course this generates. It doesn't look horrible. It's a little bit skewed at an angle here, which I didn't expect. So I'm going to change starting direction to longest edge to see if I can get it to stay squared up to the field and see what that looks like. So Courseplay is warning me that because I overrode some settings, it might have problems. I'm thinking that the problems are going to be when we get over here and it needs to drive all the way back up to the other end of the field. But I'm going to take my chances because I like how this is lined up a lot better than the previous course that got generated. So with that, we're going to hit escape. We're going to start the course at the first waypoint. And I'm going to just back up here. There's 2 more settings that we need to change. We need to set this to which side of the course. So he's going to be the left side of the course. We need to turn up our field speeds just a bit because those are there's a bug in the version of Courseplay I'm using where it's actually kilometers an hour. I want vehicle convoy turned on, and I want my driver priority to be based on fill level so that when the grain cart goes to try and unload a combine, he's going to pick the one that's the fullest first. And we're going to start this guy off, and away he goes. Now I'm just going to make sure he actually gets harvesting here. And that is looking good. All right, so we're going to let him do his thing real quick, and we're going to jump back over here and grab our other combine and get him out here to the field and get him going. And by the time I do that, we're going to need to probably already get out here with the grain cart. So the other thing we need to do is copy the course that we just created from the other vehicle, and then I'm actually going to save this course as field 2 2x harvesters, just so that if I don't finish harvest today and I need to save and exit the game, I don't lose my Courseplay course. And so we'd be able to pick the course back up from where they left off if we remember to save it here. So with that, I'm going to set this guy up the same way I did the other one. So first waypoint, we're going to have him be on the right side of the path this time. I'm going to increase my speeds a bit here just to make sure that we can go as fast as possible. I'm going to set vehicle convoy mode to on, and then I'm also going to set driver priority to fill level on this combine as well. And then we're going to tell him to go ahead and drive course. He's not driving. All right, so after a little bit of struggle, we finally got both of these combines going. There was an issue with the headland percentage. I left that at not 0, and it was causing errors in my log here as I tried to get that second combine started. I really don't know why that was, so I just generated a new course with the headland overlap percentage set to 0, and was able to successfully get both pieces of equipment going on the course. However, since the lead combine filled up while I was doing that, we are in a rush to get out into the field and get him unloaded. Whoa, fishtail. Before this other combine catches up, which I don't think is likely. And so I'm expecting before I can get out there with this grain cart, we're going to have two combines crashed into each other. Because I've disabled course play in the front combine while I do this, because I needed to get him on the new course, but he was full, so I couldn't start him on the new course. And so everything is just chaos right now, which is, you can see course play got really confused and my combine just went off into the middle of the field there. So ideally, we're going to get out here and unload this front combine and get him started again. And it looks like combine number 2 actually got full before he caught up, which is good. So we won't have to deal with massive combine crashes here. So we got a lot of corn. We're not even going to make it to the end of the field here with each pass. So cutting through is going to be fascinating. Hopefully once we get the 2 headland passes off, no, I'm just looking at it like we're not probably going to be able to do a full round, which is a little unfortunate, because that means the cut through, when we cut through the middle of the field, we're going to have some issues getting things unloaded. So I don't know how well the grain cart is going to handle that on automatic course play mode. We're going to find out though. So I have a course now loaded that I saved, a new course here that we generated. We're going to start at the nearest waypoint. I put him back on the left side. Everything else should still be set up appropriately. And so I'm going to go ahead and start this guy back off once he's empty, just because I don't want to have to try and unload on this corner. I want him to be fully emptied, and then I can go and unload this other guy on the go. And by then, we should be ready to get the truck set up on an automatic course and hopefully get this stuff moving and grooving. So we're going to start him off. It looks like he's going to behave himself. There we go. He has behaved. So let's go ahead and whip around here real quick and go get this other guy going. We can unload him on the go, which will save us some time. We always like to maximize our efficiencies. Whoops. There we go. Got cruise control set up now. These headers actually go at a good 7 miles an hour, which is a smidge faster than most other implements. I think typically you're going at 6. And so I will take it. See if I can keep it between the rows, so to speak. I don't think that rows and the tracks... Oh, no, they are. I think my tracks are a little wide. Either way, we're going to be able to crash into our combine just fine. Unloading around the outside of a corner, always a challenge. And yeah, we haven't really been up here from a harvest perspective. We're almost empty. A little bit different view up here of the map. You get all the shop view in the town and the animal dealer here. Pretty snazzy. Looks like somebody's getting a new combine over there at the shop. I can't quite make out what that is. And this guy seems to be empty, so I'm gonna run up here and see if I can unload this other combine here. He's probably gonna be getting close to full already by now. And like I said, we're gonna try and just follow these guys around the outside of the field once here to get it opened up. And then we're gonna switch over and get the truck running here. Oh, he's not actually full. We might be able to unload him and then go get the truck going while they get filled up. That might be a better use of our time. We'll see here how this goes. Realistically, I could probably stay busy just keeping these guys unloaded, but I really want to see if we have conquered courseplay enough to be able to 100% fully automate the rest of harvest once you get a field opened up. For me, that's kind of like the check the box. I have, you know, conquered courseplay, and I'm able to move on mentally as a courseplay harvest graduate. Yeah, this is super crazy. I would probably never unload a combine around a curve like this in real life. Way too difficult, too many moving parts. Alright, so he is pretty much emptied. So I'm going to just leave this grain cart right here for a moment. And we're going to jump back over here to the farm. And I think grab this semi-truck right here. And drag him out to the field and set up a courseplay course for unloading at the bin here. Yeah, that should be pretty easy. And then the harder part will be to set up the grain cart course somewhere appropriate. Where do I want to do my unloading? I think we're going to do our unloading right here. So by the time we do 2 headland passes, all that little spots should be taken off. So I'm going to put the semi right here alongside the field. And it would help if I turned my UI on. We're going to do this mode here. And we're going to start course recording. We always got to get our 1 or 2 waypoints here going straight, and then we're going to turn around and take this right back up to the farm. And we go this way. I'm just trying to think about the fact that I might have 2 trucks going on here, so I want to stay kind of off on the grass just a bit. Our combine is full already, but we'll deal with that in a second. I've got courseplay mode already turned on for the silo system here, so I'm just driving over the pit. Don't need to do anything special there. And then I'm gonna turn wide here around the yard and take this right back out to the field. We're gonna do the same thing here where I kind of hug the right side of the driveway just to cut down on the parts where our course will intersect. This is inevitable. Got to turn wide to get out of the driveway without hitting the mailbox. And then I'm going to set him up to have a stop point somewhere right about here, so that there's a little bit of space here, so I'm not crashing into the other semi that might be sitting there waiting. I'm going to start this course at the first waypoint, but before I do that, I'm going to drive on at 100%. I don't need a fill type because I'm going to manually be loading these. Drive course. So he should go to the start point and wait to be filled, which he does. Perfect. So we've got that going. We're going to jump back into our grain cart, which I left up here somewhere. Where did we leave our grain cart? Oh, I have the tractor and everything turned off. Here we go. And the only downside to doing this is those stupid informational messages are going to be on our screen the entire episode. Yeah, we might manually kick those trucks on and off just to get those messages to go away. Otherwise, I'm going to go crazy seeing that there the entire time. Whoops, we forgot to start going. There we go. I'm going to take one more look at the settings after we get these two combines unloaded here and see if I'm just missing a setting for disabling those informational messages. I don't know what that other combine's doing. He was backing up over there. Oh, he's probably full and waiting for an unload. So he was just cutting in so I have room to unload him. Very nice of him. Only I don't even know if I'm going to have room. It looks like I'm filling up mighty quickly here. We're hopefully going to have room. Slow down a little bit here since we're on the curve and I'm getting ahead of him. I'm tempted to leave some corn in this combine so I can get the other guy going. I guess it doesn't matter. They're both going to be full before I can unload this thing anyway, so we'll just finish unloading this guy. We're going to hope vehicle convoy works appropriately and he doesn't crash into his fellow worker here. And we're almost there, I think. Check the grain. Yep, looks like this guy is empty, so we're going to move on. I don't know. I don't want to start unloading that guy for just 2% because he's not going to unload enough to really get going. Wow, that's a lot of weight. The only downside with using this 8RT over the 9RT is it gets pulled around a lot more by the grain cart. The 9RT did not have these problems. So I'm not going to unload this guy because I'm not going to unload enough to get him going again, and it's just going to cause problems with course play. So we're going to try and skirt around the cornfield here. Wow, that is a drop off and a half. Okay, whoa. We do not need to go tipping this tractor and grain cart over. That would be a bad day. We're going to go down in this ditch a little bit, though, because I'm not going to make it if I try to straddle that embankment. And yeah, this grain cart is just pulling this tractor around. It does not have enough weight to keep it going in the right direction, it seems. So I am not yet going to record the grain cart course just because I want to finish getting this thing opened up and see where things are going to land. So I'm just going to empty into this semi manually real quick and get the combines moving again, and then we'll worry about setting up this course after that. And at that point is when I will likely get... Well, I don't think I need a second semi. Like, I can't imagine that I'm going to be able to keep up with one semi going back and forth to the farm when the farm is right here. If the semi had to drive all the way across the map to unload, that might be a different story where it just takes him a lot of time to drive back and forth. We're not in that scenario. So as we expand and we're doing harvest in, say, the far corner down here, it might take him a while to drive all the way around to drop things off. And that would actually be kind of cool to have a legitimate need for a couple of trucks at once. But we're not there yet. And I'm really curious. I can't remember if this grain cart is capable of fully filling up the semi or not. It is. Would you look at that? So he's going to go ahead and unload. And I'm going to go ahead and take this back over here and get our combines going again. And hopefully we're going to see the little blue message that he's there waiting for corn again sooner than later, which would mean that our course play course is working correctly. And again, with the fishtailing, the 8RT kind of has a tendency to float a little bit on these tracks. It spins on the center of them a little bit. Wow, I forgot how slanted that terrain was. Okay, we are really off-road here. This was a horrible idea. And it looks like this guy is waiting impatiently for us to get the other combine out of the way. And so I'm going to go ahead and get this front guy unloaded so he can get back to doing what he's doing. And as soon as he's done unloading, we will unload his friend behind him there. And that's going to be probably close to a half a semi-load again already that we'll have in the grain cart. So we're going to have a ton of corn. I might need to go in and modify the grain system to hold a little bit more. The new version of the map is going to have a greatly increased grain capacity. If we look at the grain capacity here real quick, we only have 27,000 bushels that we're able to store, which is not that many semi-loads. And so this is going to work out really well in the new version of the map because that's been increased to approximately 250,000 bushels, which is very close to what this bin site actually represents in real life. And so that'll be cool because you'll actually be able to harvest a good chunk of the map. Come on, wait for him. Hey, you're supposed to be waiting. Is convoy mode not activated? It is activated. That's 100 meters? Really? Tell you what, we're going to increase convoy mode to 200 meters. Just to, oh, that's why things are maybe a little bit laggy. We have debug mode on courseplay. There we go. Yeah, it's amazing how much of an impact on performance courseplay can have at times. Oh, we took out the corn. Oh well. So let's get this guy unloaded. And then I am anxious to actually set up the grain cart course, I think. We might be a little bit premature on that, given that on the other field at least I had to set up or do 2 headland passes around to make sure that we had sufficient room for him to find a course. But I'm hopeful that this is going to work out as soon as we get this kind of bottom section all cleared off. And if not, we'll just do one more round with them, these 2 combines manually, and then it should work for sure after we get 2 passes off, I would think. Maybe not for sure, with more confidence. And it looks like he's already cutting over for his next run. This guy is pretty much empty now, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of his way. What do I want to do here? Whoa, I said I was getting out of your way. You didn't have to run into me. Come on, man. I know the combine always has right of way, but really? It's always the grain driver's fault. I'm going to go ahead and unload into the semi since I'm here. And then we're going to catch up with this front combine. He should have enough to unload into me by then. and we will have some corn in the hopper for setting up the grain cart course just to test out and make sure that it's working. I love harvest. This is my the funnest part of the game for me, is running the grain cart during harvest. Or yeah, I'll go ahead and unload this. I was thinking whether or not I should just start driving. But yeah, running the grain cart, keeping the combines going. I do like running the combines themselves as well, but unfortunately, with this version of Course Play, you're not able to call for a cart while you're driving the combine. I think in FS17 there was the possibility to do that, but I don't really, I remember that being a thing, but maybe I just dreamed it up. I don't know. But I haven't found a way to do that here. I have not yet looked at AutoDrive's ability to do harvest, so I think maybe that'll be the experiment that we do in the next field. Is, you know, this is our, you know, master's course or graduating course on Course Play to prove that we know what we're doing, and this is going to work. And then I think in the next big field, we're going to try out AutoDrive's harvest and cart unloading functionality just to see how that works. Play around with that a little bit, since I've never even looked at it. I just know that it has the capability based on seeing it listed in the interface. And so that'll be fun. Who knows? Maybe it's really good at it, and all this time I have just not been giving it a try. So we're going to try that out next time. All right, are we empty here, bud? We're empty enough. I am going to unload your compatriot behind you here as well, to have enough to hopefully top off this semi so that I can send him on his way after we test the grain cart course. And yeah, this guy's pretty full. This is going to be plenty of corn to top off that semi. And so what I'll do is I'll set up the course, and but not let it sit there and fill him while I'm setting it up, hopefully. And then I'll hit the start button, and he should go through and unload into the combine or into the semi, and then come out here and start unloading. The combines will be full by the time I do that, I'm sure. All right, so we're back up here with the semi. And I'm going to get this guy into position. I'm trying to think about if I'm going to be coming from over there primarily. Once we get these headlands off, I'm going to be somewhere like this, I think. And so what I want to do is make sure that my start point for this course is going to be angled appropriately for where I'm coming from, which will hopefully be down that way. And so I'm gonna start course recording. We're gonna drive straight for a point, and then we're gonna start the turn, and then we're gonna set our first waypoint here, so that we unload into the back of the semi. And then we're going to set our next waypoint right here, so that we unload into the front of the semi. We're just going to... And then I'm not going to fill him up yet because I want to test to see if this is working. And then we're going to put our stop point right here, so that we start looking for another combine. We're going to be searching for combines on this field. So here we're going to select both of those combines. We're going to set our speeds up here a bit. And we're going to go back to the beginning of this course and tell him to give it a shot. That should all be good. We're going to start the course at the first waypoint. We're going to whip around here and drive course. Let's see it, course play. What do you got? In traffic. This is why we test things. All right, that's going away. We're going to not have as much of an angle there. We're going to assume that we can figure this out. So we're going to put it right here. Start course recording. Driving up. This will be our first waypoint. Keep driving up. This will be our second waypoint. And then pointing back into the field, that will be our exit point. So let us give this one more try. All right, we're gonna stop him. We're gonna get out here. This is what I was worried about, is that we need 2 full headland passes taken out at least to provide enough room for course play to find a course around this. We've been dinking around a bit trying to figure out what the problem course play is having finding these combines from the other side of the field here. But I think we just need to get this second headland pass off here, and hopefully the grain cart driver is going to be able to figure it out from there. And if not, we're going to reevaluate what our plan is for this field. With that, however, we are out of time for today's episode, and so we will I guess go back to course play school and figure out why my grain cart course is not working. We'll finish doing this headland pass, and then next episode we will work on getting this grain cart course set up again on camera, just because I know a lot of people have had some struggles with it. Course play is not the most friendly for some of these things. There's some kinks, and honestly, I think it's just having a hard time finding the course based on looking at the log. And so we'll work on that together on camera, hopefully solve that. And if not, we're going to have a lot of fun doing some corn harvest either way. So looking forward to that. Hopefully you're enjoying the episodes. If you are, please drop a like, and that's all for today. Ketter, out.